am I doing? I'm listening to my favorite podcast.
What that is?
SCTT TV. Soul Consciousness.
Welcome to this very special SCTT TV live Juneteenth edition. I'm Akosua.
And I'm Dee Michelle. Today we're gathered here not just to commemorate freedom, but to celebrate strength, resilience, and healing power of Black women.
When you walk a line, in the cafe, my drive me a dessert. No time to have you lurking. You make a like me, not like it. You know I dealt with you the nicest. Nobody touched me in the righteous. Nobody text me in a crisis. I believed all of your dreams are duration. You took my heart, all my keys, and my passion. You took my heart, I must leave a declaration. You mistaken my love, I brought for you for foundation. All that I wanted from you.
So in addition to all of the liberating effects of freeing yourself from substance abuse, from childhood traumas, and all the things that happen in our lives that hold us down and hold us captive, we also want to remember, what organizations are out here supporting us. Because sometimes we can't heal on our own. We need other people to help us through some of these things. And there are organizations and people out here that are providing some kind of care and help. And I wanted to introduce Karima, my sister, SCTT, and Women of Substance. Divine Women of Substance. And she's going to tell you a little bit about what they do and what their aspect of healing is for our community.
So hey, how y'all doing? I am Karima, a part of the Divine Women of Substance. We are under the Cincinnati Federation of Colored Women's Clubs, and our focus is community service on our community. Whether it is healthcare, whether it is housing, politicians, political aspects, everything that our community needs to know about, we are here to assist and give.
And I wanted to ask Karima real quick, when you think about freedom and liberation, what does that mean to you?
Freedom and liberation to me means you are able to do the things that God puts you here to do. For me, myself, being able to be a part of not only Soul Conscious Spirit of Truth, but Divine Women of Substance, that gives me a place of belonging, that gives me a way to give back to my community. I also do my own healthcare, so I utilize my students as well as other women that I know, so we can go and we can assist those in our community just in case they can't go to those doctors.
Well, kudos to you for showing how to be liberated, how liberation works in action.
Thank you, and thank you for having me.
Thank you for having us. We're going to also interview some other people, some other guests, maybe some time you have other guests speaking.
Yes, I would love for you all to meet my president. She is one of my mentors. Of course, Soul Conscious Spirit of Truth is the home of me. However, I have to be able to share myself. So I do have a few ladies that push me and motivate me and make me the woman who I am today.
We are grateful, and she is an amazing, phenomenal woman. So make sure that you all remember all the Divine Women of Substance, their resources, and utilize them. And make sure that you make it out here. We are here till 3 o'clock at 1010 Chapel Street. It's in the Walnut Hills area, and we're at the Federation Clubhouse. Yes, the Federation Clubhouse, 1010 Chapel. So, thank you, Karima.
Thank you.
So, we want to tie the Flowers series to this event. And I'm thinking the biggest connection is how freedom is represented when you can set yourself free from like trauma, childhood issues, when drug addiction. That's another kind of freedom that people experience when they're able to break those chains, break loose of those things that hold them.
Yes, most definitely.
And that is definitely what is represented in the flower series.
It is. And we also talk about, what we don't talk about are the health issues also, which are just as, if not more important, and how trauma actually can cause you to become ill. And like you have stress, high blood pressure if you're living in a traumatic situation. And there's just all kind of things that affect your health, and we need to address them because people.
T the Wizard got them bangers. T the Wizard got them bangers.
We wanted to introduce the president of the Divine Women of Substance, Ms. Maxine Robinson. She's here with us, and she's going to tell us a little bit about what they do, about what's going on today.
Hi, my name is Maxine Robinson. I'm the 37th president of the Cincinnati Federation of Colored Women's Clubs. We've been in Wylie Hills since 1904. We welcome you to come out to Tin Can Chapel. We are affiliated with the National Association of Women's Club, which is the first Black women organization founded in 1896. Our first president was Mary Church Terrell, and what I like about this, she also helped found the NAACP, just a well-known fact. Other well-known fact that people do not know, as you see my purple and white, we have the National Council of Liberal Women, which one of our 49th president, Herbert Cookman, was also our 49th president of the National Association of Women's Clubs. So a lot of people do not know that when she was the president of the National NACWC, that she also was the president of the National Council of Women. So I am so happy today for our first annual, and I'm glad that my sister came over to support us, our national first annual Juneteenth event. Yes, and so what we're doing today, we want you to come out, get your blood pressure checked out. We have some mental health resources from the New Prospect Baptist Church, which I'm a member of. So we want to share the resources that we have. Also, come out and get a free massage, a 10-minute free massage. We want you to come out and enjoy the festivities and visit our creative vendors.
Well, I wanted to ask you a quick question. In lieu of Juneteenth, which is today,
Yes.
we're celebrating the Juneteenth when Galveston, Texas, told their enslaved workers that they were free.
In 2021, Juneteenth became a federal holiday in the U.S. So what is Juneteenth, and why is it so important? At the end of the Civil War, though slavery was technically illegal, it still persisted in Confederate states. On June 19, 1865, Union General Gordon Granger marched into Galveston, Texas, and announced that all enslaved people were officially free. To commemorate emancipation, people in Texas began celebrating Juneteenth, a combination of June and 19th, on the very first anniversary of the announcement. Today, Juneteenth holds profound significance as a celebration of the pursuit of true freedom for all and a continued pledge to remember the past.
We're celebrating the fact that now all of us here in the United States are free. And we've always been free, right? So I wanted to ask you a quick question. When you think of liberation and freedom, what does that mean to you? What does that mean to you in this day and time?
Liberation and freedom means that you don't have biases. You know what I'm saying? So when you have a young person or whatever they're going through, if they are experiencing some type of, for example, if they get pulled over by the police or anything like that, they don't want those biases. So liberation and freedom is to get rid of all the biases that are going on today. So we want to be able to do that. to get rid of biases. The liberation of freedom is just to be able to be who you are and be able to be in the skin that you are and not have to worry about it.
Yes, absolutely. And we know for a fact that in a medical institution, there are a lot of biases about the lack of pain that Black women show, and so they're not medicated when they need to, and talk to about their health conditions sometimes. You know, they're treated differently. And we just hope that those things can be alleviated. And that work comes through the work that you do and Divine Women of Substance, and the work that we expect all of you to do. Because it's education, it's the mindset that needs to change in order for those biases to end. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for having us here today. Thank you, Dennis, for coming out to be in your presence.
Yes, it was a pleasure that you are in my presence. I thank you for all.
That's SCTT TV. Thank you.
I live in a world where even our hair is a topic of discrimination, where instead of appreciating us for our natural beauty, we're subjected to vile degradation, where schools could suspend and businesses won't employ if you don't assimilate to what their idea of beauty means. And truly, though true, it's just another excuse to continue the hate.
Say that.
I live in a world where to wait for friends to join you for a mocha latte is considered a crime if your skin is dark and you don't leave when they say. It doesn't matter that you've done nothing at all wrong, because you can still end up dead or in jail and racist things as light as I live in a world where a gifted young man can be ostracized and criticized because he took a stand by dignity, where his chosen career can be stolen from those corporate rats that dumped him, even tried to destroy him. Should hand their butts at hands and hang them. I live in a world where you can be questioned and ID'd because you decided to take a walk. Well, yeah, because you don't look like the rest of your neighbors, and you certainly don't speak the way that they talk. It makes no difference that this area is where you and all your loved ones reside. Well, duh. You're being harassed because of what you look like. And know that part's not admitted, though it is implied. I live in a world where the question, can't the opposite intellect, is a universal joke, where the bloodthirsty reigns supreme and nurtured, even protected under the congressional club. And we're told things such as, you didn't see that, you didn't see what you saw, and expected to buy in, as our bodies are beaten, bloody, broken, just trying to defend. I live in a world where you can mind your own business, find soda and candy. It could lead to an altercation where excuses are made and murder swept under the rug. Young life snuffed out like he was staring down. I live in a world where 4 little girls in church can be blown apart by dynamite. Innocent lives vitally stolen because a racist nation felt that since they were black, then it was alright. For grieving, angry protesting, or being attacked by dogs in jail, pretty much just like today. For daring to stand up against brutal murderous injustice and the land feels moral catwalk. I live in a world where with a badge, you can kneel on a handcuffed man's neck until he dies. And once again, those 3 little words, I can't breathe, will be the last ones that he cries. And it doesn't even matter to them that the whole world is watching this atrocity, because as we know, this is